up, guys? Back at it again with another banger video. This time we're starting a new series, Batman Hush by Jeph Loeb, drawn by Jim Lee. It was probably the first graphic novel I ever bought, or like trade, like a collection of single issues. But I thought it would be fun to look through it. I haven't read it since I was probably 13, 14 years old. On this first page, it just catches you up on, the backstory of Batman, the origin story. And it tells you what issues. It's from Batman number 608 is when the story started. So the story starts out, Batman is trying to save this kidnapping victim. He's breaking into this place. There's these armed guards. There's this rich kid who's been abducted by Killer Croc. And they're demanding a ransom for this kid. He's the son of some CEO of a company that was bought out by LexCorp. Lex Luthor is the president at the time of when this book takes place. So Batman, he rescues this kid. They make it out. Killer Croc is just getting back with his briefcase full of money. And you can see Catwoman is in the background. Yeah, the boy's name is Edward Lamont IV, heir to the Lamont Chemical fortune. Lamont Chemicals being the LexCorp acquisition that created RC60, a defoliant that makes napalm look like lipstick. The art in this book is, for the most part, really good. There are some strange things, like this hand looks really big to me for some reason. But I'll point out some of the odd stuff. Killer Croc, he has this weird wood texture on his face. I mean, it looks the same as we'll see Poison Ivy later in the series, and the vines that grow, it's like the same texture as this guy's face. So Batman fights him. He headbutts Killer Croc, kicks him in the face. The Killer Croc drops the briefcase of money. Catwoman snatches it with this hook thing. Batman leaps over him and hits him with this sonic gadget that makes a high-pitched noise. And that's how he defeats him. And the cops show up and arrest Killer Croc, take him off to a high-security jail. And meanwhile, Batman, he's going to chase after Catwoman because she's got that millions of dollars or whatever. So he chases after her. He's following her across the city. She's leaping, swinging from flagpoles. And he's using his ropes to swing after her. You see in the background, there's this building that says Robin on it. That comes back later. That's a little Easter egg. And as they're flying through the city, someone cuts Batman's rope. And he falls. And Catwoman looks back. She's surprised. She wasn't the one who cut the rope. But he's falling to his death. And at the last minute, he grabs onto this gargoyle. And it breaks his shoulder. And he falls down. And, he's hitting everything on the way down. Something that's really silly about the writing in this book is how Batman keeps referring to this as his city. I mean, he keeps saying it over and over. My city. The dialogue, the narration, it's a little bit goofy, over the top. But that's just the style of, a Batman comic. There are a lot of people who take Batman too seriously. I mean, you have to suspend your disbelief and go along with this character who's rich, and he buys cars and airplanes and stuff, and they're all shaped like bats. It doesn't really make sense.
Why didn't somebody tell me that he had one of those things?
When you think about it, he's so on theme with everything. Everything's bat themed. And that's just one of the things where it's silly. It's kid stuff. That if this were real, no one would do that. So he lands he hits this gargoyle, he falls, he lands in this alley. It turns out to be Crime Alley, of course. There's a lot of coincidences in this comic. Catwoman gets away, and she has the money. She takes it to Poison Ivy. So she's under, like, you know, Poison Ivy has this pheromone spray that can mind control people. And she's under the control of Poison Ivy at the moment. We see a lot of the Catwoman drawings. Jim Lee is doing this leathery texture, like very shiny. I think he does a great job with that. That's something that's hard to do, and I think he executes it very well. And trying to draw something that's shiny, I'm sure he got a lot of practice with drawing Colossus and stuff when he was doing the X-Men. The trick to drawing something like this is that you have to do the core shadow, and it's reflecting a lot of light, but you also have like a double lighting, like a secondary light source. So there's the blue light from behind her, but there's also this fire that's lighting the front of her. So you just have to keep like multiple light sources going at the same time. And there we go. That's the ending of chapter 1 of this book, where Poison Ivy gets her money. This is the cover of the next issue. You could see like this tree in the background, this vine winding tree. This is what I was talking about. It's like the same texture as Killer Croc back in the beginning. Like you see his face, like these weird ridges and the shading on it. It's exactly the same as this vine. So they say that he's going through like some sort of extra mutation, like he's getting worse. He's becoming more beast-like. So that's kind of the explanation of why he looks so different than other interpretations of the character in the past. Like I said, that's part 1. Come back next part to see the issue 2 of Batman Hush. I'm going to see if it holds up to my memory of what I remember it being like when I was 13. It's over a decade ago, so we're going to see how it holds up. Thanks for watching. Bye.